The internet is now a constant presence in our lives. It wakes us up with alarms from our phones. It tells us the news while we drink our morning coffee. We use it to find our way to work, to talk to our friends, and to watch movies at the end of the day. The internet is like the air we breathe. We do not always notice it, but we depend on it for almost everything. It has changed how we learn, how we shop, and even how we think about the world around us. This vast network of information and connection has become deeply woven into the fabric of our daily existence, a silent partner in our routines. We rarely stop to think about how this immense system works. We just expect it to be there, a reliable utility like electricity or running water. We open a browser, type in a few words, and a world of information appears instantly on our screens. We send messages that travel across continents in the blink of an eye. This seamless experience makes the internet feel simple, almost magical. But behind this simplicity lies a complex and sprawling infrastructure, a global machine built and maintained by many different people and organizations. Its apparent effortlessness hides the enormous, coordinated effort required to keep it running smoothly and securely for billions of users. The very nature of the internet encourages us to take it for granted. Its design makes the underlying mechanics invisible to the average user. We see the colorful websites, the engaging videos, and the friendly social media feeds. We do not see the miles of fiber optic cables lying on the ocean floor. We do not see the massive data centers humming with servers that store and process our information. This invisibility is a feature, not a bug. It allows us to focus on what we want to do, not on how the technology makes it possible. Yet, this lack of awareness can lead to a shallow understanding of a force that profoundly shapes our society and our own minds. Because we do not see the complex machinery, it is easy to imagine that the internet is a single, unified thing. We talk about the internet as if it were one place, a digital country with its own ruler. This simplified view is understandable. Our minds tend to seek simple explanations for complex phenomena. We look for a central point of control, a single authority that is in charge. This tendency leads to a common question. Who is the master of this powerful global network? Who holds the keys to this digital kingdom that has become so central to modern life? The answer is far more complicated and interesting than the idea of a single ruler. The idea that one person or one group controls the entire internet is a powerful myth. It is a story we might tell ourselves because it makes a big, confusing system seem more manageable. We imagine a shadowy figure in a dark room, a single CEO in a powerful company, or a secretive government agency with a master switch that can turn the internet on or off. This image is compelling, often appearing in movies and books. It feeds into our fears about surveillance and control, making the concept of an all-powerful internet master both frightening and strangely comforting. It provides a single target for our concerns about the digital world's direction. However, the reality is that no single person, company, or government has complete control over the internet. The internet was designed from its very beginning to be a decentralized network. This means it was built to have no central point of failure. If one part of the network goes down, information can simply find another path to its destination. This resilient design was intentional, a legacy of its origins as a military communication project. The goal was to create a network that could survive an attack on any one of its nodes. This fundamental architecture is the primary reason why a single master cannot exist. The myth persists because certain entities do have enormous influence. Giant technology companies, for example, control the main platforms where we spend most of our online time. They own the search engines, the social networks, and the online stores that have become our primary gateways to the digital world. Their decisions about what we see and what we do not see can shape public opinion and culture. Similarly, powerful governments can pass laws that affect how the internet works within their borders. They can block websites, monitor citizens, and demand data from companies. This concentration of power can look like total control, but it is not. While these powerful players can exert significant influence, their control is limited. A company might dominate social media, but it does not control the physical cables that carry the data. A government might censor the internet for its citizens, but it cannot easily shut down the global network itself. The internet is more like a collection of interconnected territories than a single unified empire. Each territory has its own set of rulers and its own rules. The power is distributed, contested, and constantly shifting. Understanding this distributed nature is the first step towards seeing who really guides the internet. The internet is not ruled by one master, but is instead managed by the cooperation of many different groups. Think of it as a large, busy city with no single mayor. Instead, different departments and communities work together to keep things running. One of the most important groups is made up of technology companies. These are the businesses that build the physical parts of the internet. They lay the undersea cables, launch the satellites, and operate the data centers. They also create the software and platforms we use every day, from web browsers to mobile apps. Their work forms the essential foundation upon which our digital experiences are built. Another key group consists of governments from around the world. Each country has its own laws and regulations that apply to the internet within its borders. Governments set rules about data privacy, cybersecurity, and online content. For example, they might create laws that protect citizens' personal information from being misused by companies. They can also work to stop online crimes and protect critical national infrastructure from cyber attacks. Their role is like that of a city council, setting local laws and ensuring public safety, but their authority is generally limited to their own jurisdiction, making international coordination essential. Then there are the international organizations, the quiet diplomats of the digital world. Groups like the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, or ICANN, and the Internet Engineering Task Force, or IETF, are crucial. ICANN helps manage the system of domain names like .com or .org, which act as the Internet's address book. The IETF is a community of engineers and computer scientists who develop and promote the technical standards that allow different networks and devices to communicate with each other. These organizations do not have governmental power, but their work ensures that the internet remains a single, interoperable global network for everyone. Finally, the community of users, people like you and me, also plays a role. Through our collective choices, we influence what becomes popular and what fades away. We create content, build online communities, and advocate for a more open and fair internet. Academic institutions and non-profit organizations also contribute by conducting research, promoting digital literacy, and defending online rights. This complex ecosystem of companies, governments, technical bodies, and users works in a delicate balance. No single group has all the power, and their cooperation, however imperfect, is what keeps the internet running and evolving. That many different groups manage the internet is incredibly important. This cooperative model, often called a multi-stakeholder approach, helps keep the network open and innovative. If a single company controlled everything, it could stifle competition and limit our choices. If one government had total authority, it could impose censorship and surveillance on a global scale. The distribution of power among various stakeholders creates a system of checks and balances. It ensures that no single interest can dominate the internet and bend it entirely to its own will. This balance is fragile, but it is the best defense we have for a free and open digital world. This collaborative structure is essential for keeping us all connected. The technical standards developed by organizations like the IETF allow a person in Japan to send an email to someone in Brazil seamlessly. The domain name system managed by ICANN ensures that when you type a web address, you get to the right place, no matter where you are. This global interoperability is not automatic. It is the result of decades of cooperation between engineers, companies, and governments. Without this shared commitment to common rules and standards, the internet could splinter into a collection of separate, disconnected networks, undermining its very purpose as a global tool for communication. Understanding who is in charge matters for our safety and freedom. As more of our lives move online, the rules that govern the internet become the rules that govern our society. Debates about online privacy are debates about our right to be free from constant monitoring. Discussions about net neutrality are discussions about whether powerful companies can control the speed of information. When we know which groups are making these decisions, we can hold them accountable. We can participate in the conversation and advocate for policies that protect our rights and promote a healthy digital environment for everyone. In the end, the question of who controls the internet is a question about our future. The internet is not just a technical system, it is a social and political space. The decisions made today about its governance will shape the world our children inherit. Will it be an open platform for creativity and connection, or a controlled space for commerce and surveillance? The answer depends on our ability to preserve a system where many different voices have a say. Staying informed and engaged is no longer optional. It is a fundamental responsibility for every citizen of the digital age, ensuring the internet remains a tool for human progress, not just a shallow medium of distraction.